Okay, today I'm going to do some name place cards for Christmas. So I'm going to start with a rectangle, and I'm going to make it 95 millimeters wide by 100 millimeters. I'll just take off the aspect ratio before I set the other 100 millimeters high. Okay, to make this, that's about an average size. To make this easy for myself, I'm going to put it in the X and Y coordinates of 0, 0, so it's right up in the corner and helps me place things. Now I want to cut a semicircle out of there, so we'll go find a semicircle. Here we go. Now this one, I want to make, I've got the maintain aspect ratio off, so I want to make it 70 millimeters wide and 35 millimeters high. 35. Okay, so I'm just going to put it over on top of the square, and I'm just going to center both, and then I'm going to place it where I need it. Okay, it's in the center. Now, this 50 millimeters is half of the rectangle, and I want this to sit right on the fold, so that, and it's 35 millimeters high, so it's going to be placed at the Y coordinate of 15 millimeters. It's going to put it right in the middle. Now I'm also going to need a fold line, so I'm just going to hold down the shift key, draw a line, and I'm just going to make it 95 millimeters wide, and I'm going to make it a dash line. That will do for my purposes. And I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. Well, maybe I could move it over there. There we go. Okay, now with these two, I'm going to highlight both, and I'm going to use the remove overlap in the process menu down here on the left. So I'm going to remove overlap. This will now move off, but the space is still there, so the hole is cut. Just delete that piece. Now we want to place some sort of decoration in there. I played around with a number of things that I wanted to look at, but in the end what I've done is I've gone into my character map, and I'm going to use, I want to use this sort of ampersand end of that. So I'm going to save it as a PNG with a black fill to my desktop, and I'm going to replace it. And I'm going to go back to Canvas. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring that in and trace it. It's on the desktop, and that's it there. I need it to do inside the lines because I need it in there, so I'm just going to push that in and click OK. Just move that. Oh, it won't move, of course, while I've got the picture on there, so let's just remove that. So I'm going into the layers, I'm going to highlight this one that says image. You can see that it's locked. If I unlock it, I can delete the image, and then I can move it. The rest is grouped, so it'll move together. Now on top of this I want to put some holly leaves, so again I'm going to find my holly leaves, which I have used before, and it is there. Okay, so again I'm going to unlock the image and delete it. I'm going to take off the berries because what I'm going to do with this in the end is just put some red bling on there. I'll just take that and move it down. It needs to be a bit smaller, but let's work on this first. First of all, I only want that end of it, so I'm going to bring in a rectangle, and I'm just going to make sure that it covers, oops, let's go back there, covers all the bits I don't want, just roughly at this stage. Highlight both, going to the process overlap menu, and I'm going to, I have to stop and think every time I do this. I'm going to subtract. No, I'm not. Control and Z. I just love Control and Z. Okay, So I move that out of the way there. Now that's gone. So let's just work with this for a minute. You can see I've got some bits in there, so I'm going to delete them. And the easiest way to do that is in my layers menu. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that. And the 2 stars. And so that's just left me with that shape. Now I've still got a little bit of an edge there. I might just leave that for the minute to... No, I think I want to take it out. So I'm going to go in a bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. And this time I want a curved edge there, so let's try a semicircle. I'll be right at the top of the page, won't it? Let's go down. I'll just turn that around a little bit, because I want, now I'm going to just play with those things just a little bit to get the sort of shape I want. Okay, so highlight both, back to the process, overlap and subtract. That's pretty good. It's going to join the bottom. I can delete that shape now. It's going to join the bottom of where we've got the hole in the place card. So, whoops. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to flip it horizontal. So what I've got is 2. So I'm just going to overlay them so they're, so that the edges overlay. I'm going to align it to the middle, so they're both in the same spot. Happy with my overlay, and weld. Okay, let's go with our leaves now. I'm going to flip that horizontal. Okay, what I'm going to do is flip that horizontal. I'm just going to join these 2 now. I want them to join. I don't particularly want that any spiky bits, so I just need to play with this placement a little bit. That will probably give me what I want. I might need to adjust it slightly. I'm going to weld those 2. I do need to adjust it, so going right in, I can see the edit points on there, so I'm just going to click and remove, delete the point, and one more just there. If you don't get it right, the nodes will disappear. That one, and delete. Okay, so that's given me the sort of joint that I want. So I'm going to sit that down there. But I think I want to fill that little bit in there, so I'm going to get a tiny circle, which will leave me a spot to put the just going along to the edge on both sides. Just go in to see what I'm doing. Still needs to come out just a little bit that way. Okay, in a minute I'm going to merge that. I may adjust that just slightly before I'm finished. Yep, so what I'm going to do now is just move this one up in there a bit. Just playing with the nodes till they look about right. That's going to give me better coverage. So I can join that all in. It's not going to leave me any ragged edges, and I've got a place there to put some bling when I'm finished, so I'm going to weld that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, going out again, we know that this space here is 70 centimeters wide. We don't want it touching the edges, but we do want this touching the base. So I'm going to go, say 68 millimeters, I should say, not centimeters. Whoops. That's what happens when you don't have your maintain aspect ratio on. So let's just turn that back on and change that to 68. Okay, so I will just, it's going to be a little bit too wide. So again, I'm going to go in. I just find it much easier working in there. You can just, I'm using my control and plus key, but you can also change the percentage up here to get it to what you want. It's going to have to be a little bit smaller, so let's go 65. It can't be on either side because that top half of this place card is going to fold back, and this, we want this to stand up. So just highlighting the both, I'm going to center. Now I can see that it's going to weld to the bottom, so it's going to be there, and we're going to put the fold line in a minute. There's nothing touching the sides, so it will all cut properly, so I'm going to cut that. Now the only other thing I've got left to do is put the fold line in. Now I'm going to put that at 0 on the X coordinate and 50, which is half the width, half the height of the place card, on the Y coordinate. And there it gives us, and I'll group that so that it'll go to my machine in one go. But there I've got a little place card. When it's you know, I might want to colour those little swirls in. I might want to colour the holly leaves green, put a couple of little bits of red bling on there. There are any number of things you can do. This same principle will work for other things too. So you could, in fact, put a word in there, and I did have a little go at this one. So again, I'm going to take a rectangle, move it over here. We're going to make it 95 by 100. I'm just going to move that one out of the way for the minute because I'm going to move that back to my X and Y coordinates. I just find it easily if I start in that corner with 0 and 0, I've got a better chance of placing things where they need to be. So again, our half circle, which we're going to also have the aspect ratio off for, and we're going to make it 70 by 35. Okay, and it's going to sit at, I'm not going to worry about the X, so first of all I'm going to line this up so it's in the middle, and then I'm going to sit this one, leave it where it is because it's in the middle, and I'm going to put it at 15 for the Y coordinate, which is going to put it right in the middle. And I'm just going to draw my line, which I'm going to need, which is going to need to be 95 millimeters wide and a dash line. Okay, so I've got all that stuff there that I need. Now, highlighting these two, I'm going to press remove overlap. I'm then going to, oops, delete that, but it is, the shape is cut. Now, I did play around with a word that is in here, in the built-in words, and that was family. I kind of figured that family is a Christmassy thing, so you could easily do this. If it was a birthday, you could do happy birthday. Now I'm going to turn the aspect ratio back on, and knowing that I need the other one at 65, this one's going to have to be a little narrower because, oh no, 65 will cover it. I think 65 might be enough. Let's have a look. Okay, again, I want it attached to the bottom but not to the top, and you can see that's way too big, so let's go down to 55. That looks like it'll fit. So I don't want to go, I need to get the bottom of the F and the bottom of the Y, but I don't want too much of the Y. So what I might do is get my, can't see anything at that level of course. What I'm going to do is bring the nodes down on the F, oops, sorry, so they are a little below. So let's just bring these nodes down. That's a curvy node. Need it twice, don't you? Okay, there we go. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. I just want it below that. And it's got, I can probably take it up just a fraction so that it, no, I think it was better where it was. So it's just cutting on the bottom of that shape there. So that the holding points are going to be here, here, and here. So going out, I'm going to highlight it all, and I'm going to press weld. So again, you've got your holding points. They're reasonable size, they'll be fine. So that gives you, oh whoops, I forgot my fold line. Let's just go back to 0 and 0. Place my fold line at 0 on the X coordinate, which is the side, and 50 down from the top. It's right where we need it. Group it together. And that's all done. There we have 2 place cuts done very quickly, different things. You can add anything that you would like to highlight in that circle. I've just used things that appeal to me, but I don't know, you could put a Christmas tree in there. It's just a matter of making sure that it is attached at the bottom, but that it is free of the sides of that semicircle. There it is. You've got it all done. Now just so you can see what it looks like, I will colour it in. And that's what you're going to end up with. Let's do green because it's Christmas. There you go. So you've got 2 really good little place cards, very simply made. And you can use any decoration in there that you want that will give you some anchor points to hold it in place. Good luck. Hope you have some fun. Okay, ready to cut the place cards. Place some white cardstock on my mat. I'm selected cut and start. This is a 250 gram cardstock. You want a reasonable weight cardstock for it to hold the place cards up. So I was just doing the fold lines. It's not a long cutting job, but it could be a bit boring to watch, so I'll come back in a moment. It's just finished, so just getting the lifting it carefully because I don't want it to tear. Folding it on the fold line, there's that one. Carefully lifting the text because it's in little bits. So that's the 2 place cards done. Very simple, but unique. Here are our little place cards. I coloured them. I've used alcohol inks, so for that reason I have coloured both sides. With the holly, I've just put some little red bling on there, but they stand up very well. Such an easy idea and something you can do very easily on your ScanNcut. Hope you have fun with them.